Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. Welcome back to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. This is a marvelous one. Back at it again with Don and Philosophical. Today we're going to discuss the NFC West and give our predictions for the upcoming season. To give us some insight on the NFC West, we have longtime Seahawks fan, the Mad Moose, on to help us out. What's good, fellas?
What's good? What's good?
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it. Okay, all right. So as you all know, the 49ers won a division at 13-4, but they finished the season strong with 10 straight wins, 6 with Brock Purdy at quarterback, the third string quarterback, and plus they made the NFC Championship game. Hey, Moose, don't roll your eyes at me as I talk about this, man.
I ain't saying nothing, bro. Go ahead.
And the Seahawks, who are second in the division at 9-8, also making the playoffs with comeback player of the year, Geno Smith. And then the Rams were third at 5-12 with injuries to Stafford and Kupp. Then they also made some big changes at the end of the season. And then the Cardinals round out the division at 4-3 with major shakeups. Kingsbury being fired, Murray having ACL injury late in the season, and Hopkins now soon to be traded. So a lot of things to consider when we look at this division. So let's go and get it started, man. Let's start with Philosophical. Let's hear this foolishness from him.
Well, DeAndre Hopkins was already signed to the Titans.
Yeah.
So. Did he sign?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he signed with the Titans.
He got this dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm gonna make this very clear, and put a little caveat behind it, right?
Oh,
I know we talked last week about the NFC East. I know there was some things said last week. I don't believe, as I said last week, going to be 3 teams from that division. I actually think there are going to be 3 teams from this division making the playoffs. And I've rooted for the Rams, and I'm rooting for the Rams again. But I've got the Seahawks winning this division this year. Let me tell you why. I don't really believe in Geno Smith, but I like what Pete Carroll and the Seahawks have done in free agency. I like what they've done in the draft. They have built. They fixed the secondary. I like the running game of Kenny Walker. I love the wide receiver pick. The main wide receiver, he's going to be back on it. And Geno can kind of settle back into who he is. That defense is going to be strong. Secondly, I got the 49ers. I don't believe in Sam Darnold. Brock Purdy is still hurt. This Trey Lance thing going back and forth. Christian McCaffrey. The offensive line's a little hurt, a little shaky. They got a little shaky on the wide receiver position. They've lost some key pieces on defense, but I like Shanahan as a coach, so I have them going in second. I will say this right now. I think the Rams are going to be very improved, most improved this year. I think they're going to be the third team that makes the playoffs. You guys have been fighting me on this. Aaron Donald, they lost a lot of pieces on defense. They got Cooper Kupp coming back. Stafford's coming back. And I like McVay as a coach. You don't count a coach out like that. I know he was contemplating retirement. They got a soft schedule this year. The Seahawks also got a soft schedule, and the 49ers have got a tough schedule. So, and go ahead.
I was going to say how the Seahawks got a soft schedule, but go ahead. I'm listening. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'll go over there. I'll go over their schedule for you in a second.
Okay.
And the Cardinals will be the 4th place team. Kyler Murray's not playing for the first couple of weeks. Let's be real. McCoy is not carrying them anywhere. DeAndre Hopkins is gone. Marquise Brown is their main number 1 receiver right now. Rondale Moore. They don't have really a running game. They're rebuilding the offensive line. Their defense is in shambles since J.J. Watt left. So let's speak on the schedule here. Seahawks. I will start with the Seahawks, and I'll kind of go down the list here, right? Week 1.
Well, let's say this. So let's just say this before we get started. So the entire division plays the NFC East and the AFC North. So
yes,
they're all going to play those teams, right? And then they play the AFC South as far as where they're ranked in the division. So the 49ers are going to face the Jags. The Seahawks are going to face the Titans. The Rams are going to face the Colts. And the Cardinals are going to face the Texans. So that's how it breaks down as far as the schedule. But go ahead.
AFC South is a little weak, very weak. So let's look at the schedule for the Seahawks. Rams, I think Seahawks will lose that first game. Lions
At home?
at home. I think that's going to be my bold pick coming up. I think the Rams are going to beat them week 1. Lions, that's a winnable game. Panthers, that's a very winnable game. Giants, that's a very winnable game. They got a bye week, then the Bengals, that's a loss. Cardinals, that's a winnable game. Browns, that's a winnable game. Ravens, 50-50. Commanders, that's a winnable game. Rams, they're not going to lose to the Rams twice. 49ers, Cowboys, that's a winnable game. 49ers, again, they'll tie those 2 games. Eagles, loss. Titans, they'll beat the Titans. Steelers, Cardinals, and they'll beat the Cardinals.
So how many?
That's
how many wins is that?
The Seahawks will win 10 games this year.
Okay, and the Rams will win how many?
7.
They're gonna make the playoffs at 7-10.
Oh yeah. Watch. 7 games. No, actually, wait a minute. Let me take it back. Hold on.
I mean, you're spot on with Vegas. Vegas has them at 7.5, but yeah, they ain't making a playoff with 7 wins.
8 people out. They can pull out 8. Go ahead.
What's the Vegas line on the Seahawks games on Victor?
What's the Vegas line on the Seahawks?
Was the Vegas line on the Seahawks? They got them at 8.5.
Really? 8 games?
Okay. 10 games.
Dude.
Yeah,
I'll go over why that's about right.
They can win. Seahawks can win 10 games.
All right. Well, look, man.
Seahawks can win 10 games. The 49ers are going to win 9, and the Rams are going to win 8-7. 8 wins can get you in the playoffs in the wild card. In the NFC. NFC is not that great. Let's not say no. NFC is not that great.
Phil's out.
I agree.
The only way a team will make the playoffs with 7 or 8 wins, they would have to win a division. And if they're not winning a division,
there's one team coming out the NFC South that's going to the playoffs, and there are 2 teams coming out the NFC East.
Okay, well, it's hard. I don't think a team has ever made the playoffs with 7 or 8 wins. Maybe 8. Made a wild card
last year. Tampa Bay won 8
with a wild
games
card, but 7, that's going to be tough to make a wild card with 7 wins.
I think they can pull out 8 wins. I think the Rams are going to be more improved than you guys think they are. I believe in their coach. Aaron Donald's a monster. Matthew Stafford's come back off injury. Cooper Kupp is coming back. Von Jefferson is a beast. They made some additions on the offense. They made some additions on the offensive line. I think they're going to be better than you think they are.
Okay. All right. Don. Don, what you got, man? I don't even want to hear about the Cards, man. They ain't gonna do anything.
Man, yeah. So let me go ahead and balance out this right now.
What you got, Don, man? This dude said the Rams gonna make the playoffs with 7 wins.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. He's kind of right with the wins, with the plus or minus. However, I'm gonna start off by saying the 49ers, they just like Philly. Nobody's battling them. I can go back there and take snaps. Let's go and keep that going. The way that offense is designed.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Designed, and to take a rookie quarterback, the last person picked in the draft, is just like taking a kid that was picking groceries and at Piggy Wiggly's, and then throwing it behind and saying, "Hey, listen here. If you throw here in 2 seconds, he's going to be open."
So you believe in Sam Darnold?
I believe that the offense. I believe that the 49ers offense, with the weapons that they have, is purely unstoppable, man.
Brock Purdy's not okay.
And not only that, here's the crazy part: they're bringing back their whole defense. Everybody's coming back. Oh, my fault. Hargrove is there. 4 years, $84 million. So the rich just got richer.
Mm-hmm.
The rich just got richer. So I don't see them. I can see them mimicking the same record that they had last year. Honestly.
Okay.
-1, maybe 1 or 2 wins. Because I think they're going to rely heavily on their defense. They got a run game. They can manage the clock. And Sam Donaldson, he's old school, so he's just don't try to turn over the ball. So long as he understands the assignment, I think they're going to be successful. So I think instead of 13, they'll get 12.
Okay, so you're telling me.
But that's still going to leave them at the top.
You're telling me, because Marvin said this before, Sam Darnold has been in the league 6 years, And how many playoff appearances does he have? 0.
He's never had
So
these weapons, and he never had the coach that he's gonna have, and he never had a top line defense.
okay.
You're adding
Uh,
these are other attributes. So you're just looking at one piece of the puzzle. I'm looking at the
Right.
team's totality. You're
Right.
looking at the quarterback
Okay.
position, yes, which is the most important position on the field. However, if he understands the assignment, they're gonna be successful. Now let's look at
Okay.
the Seahawks. Seahawks did pretty good. One of my even though they kind of limped into the playoffs, they squeezed in last, but they had a lot of good things. Geno was very impressive, and I think Metcalf, and also they had a good draft. Because they having all those picks for that first round, that was a they had a great draft outside of Philadelphia. So, like I said before, the rich just kept getting richer. You had, Philadelphia, they got rich off the playoffs. I think that they will do a lot out of the playoffs. Now, here's what the biggest problem is that I see is that, like Marv said, look who they got to go against. And the first 8 games, they be lucky if they go 4-4. They be lucky if they go 4-4 out of the first 8 games, because I got them losing significantly to those teams that they got to play. Detroit is not a cakewalk. The Giants, they're going to have Saquon Barkley. He's going to be pissed off and want his money. The Bengals is not a cakewalk. And the Ravens, that's 4 losses right there. So I just don't see them getting healthy at the end. And then they got to play San Fran twice. They got to play them Cowboys. They got to play the Steelers. It's not going to be nice. And like you said, they be lucky if they get 7 to 8 wins. 7 to 8 wins is not going to be enough. That means that you're determined. You're counting on the rest of the league to do just as bad as you. So that, in its totality, I think that they are a next year's team. They're not a this year's team.
Agreed.
So I think that they're moving in the right direction, but they need to build some chemistry with those young players, and that's not going to happen overnight. So yes, they're going to be in second place in the West. However, their record is not going to be enough to get into the playoffs. As for the Rams are just top end heavy. They got a lot of big names and big positions, but for the most part, they don't have a solid team. They have no balance. They don't have what you call the other part of the football team to say the others. You got a good quarterback, you got a good defensive end, but what are the others going to do? They don't have enough others to round out the football team. And then the Cardinals, I could just say this one word: rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They need to just start from the baseline. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to trade the quarterback
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
and try to get some first round draft picks off of him. Find out who have quarterback needs. Get rid of him. Hey, take the Band-Aid off, man. Because that kid is not a born leader. He forced one of the best wide receivers in the game to leave. Where most quarterbacks are dying to have a great, wide receiver. I just think that, the Cardinals, they're just going to be, you might as well say a JV team. I wouldn't even say, they're a college team. They're a good JV team.
They're not
So
going to have
with all
Kyler
that
Murray for the
said, I
first
round
couple
it back
weeks.
up. San Francisco, killing the league and doing it like they did last year, even though they have a deficiency at the quarterback. But I don't see that as a deficiency. I see it as they're not going to open up the playbook until they get Brock back. And as for the Seahawks have a great team, but the development that they're gonna have to do, it's gonna take a year in order to get it by. And the first 8 games is gonna be a shell shock because you're gonna be 4-4, and you be and if you mess up and slip and let somebody slip into the game, then you're not gonna be successful in that. Rams and the Cardinals, that's a travesty in its whole totality. I yield my time back to you, Mo.
Thank you, gentleman from Baltimore. Like we in Congress here. Yeah, I think you and I are about the same on our predictions here. I think the 49ers, I don't care who's the quarterback. We can put Philosophical out there quarterback for the 49ers. It doesn't matter. Like The Rock would say, it doesn't matter. The 49ers can put anybody at quarterback. It doesn't matter, dude. Look, they don't have to carry the team. The way Kyle Shanahan has this team structured, the quarterback is not the focal point. It's all about misdirection. You got Deebo Samuels taking handoffs, catching bubble screens. You got McCaffrey back there, doing different things, catching balls out of the backfield, running the ball. They're just doing so much stuff that the quarterback is really not the focus of the team. However, this year, they don't have the NFC South to feast on. Okay? That's why, the 49ers won 10 straight games at the end of the season, beating up on the Saints 13-0. I was irritated watching that game as they shut us out. And then they beat the Bucks 35-7. I mean, Tom Brady looked terrible. They made him look terrible. So I don't think they're going to win 13 games again. And the line right now is 11.5 for them. So I'm taking an under on this by one game. I think they're going to go like 10-7, 9-8. And as I told y'all before,
I saw that line, Mark. I went up one.
You went up
I
one.
said 9 games. Yeah,
I don't see it.
Games.
Not facing the NFC East and the AFC North. They got a tough schedule this year. So I don't see them winning that many games. I only got one team coming out of that division going to the playoffs.
Really?
And of course, that's a division winner. That'll be the 49ers. I told you that. I told you that. I got 3 teams coming out of the NFC North. So
the NFC what?
North.
You got 3 teams coming out.
You got 3 teams coming out the NFC North?
Oh my Lord. Oh my God.
And you got 3 teams coming out the NFC East?
Hang on. I got to remember this. I only got 2 coming out of the NFC East. I got 3 coming out of the NFC North. I got 1 coming out of the NFC South, and 1 coming out. I'll do the math on it later, but yes, right now.
West, I agree, Ma.
Yeah, it's going to be a struggle because I see a struggle for the Seahawks right now. The line on them is 8.5. I got them about that 8. About 8 wins, maybe 9.
I went down. I went 7.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
you guys think Sam Darnold is going to lead them? Sam Darnold.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care who the quarterback is. We can put Moose at quarterback. It doesn't matter.
Facts.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Long as Kyle Shanahan's the head coach, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care. He was up 20. He was up 23 in the Super Bowl too.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
He was in the Super Bowl.
And what did he do with Josh Johnson last year?
And then he's been in the NFC
last year.
And he's been in the NFC Championship game twice.
What did he do last year with Josh Johnson back there in the NFC Championship game?
In the NFC Championship game. Yes.
Hey, so hold on. Hey, Marv, let me take that question. So let me make this clear. I really don't think that Philly would have been in the championship game if the young
if Brock Purdy was back there. Present. I think Philly still would have won the game, but it would have been more competitive. But let's not go that far. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. I said they're going to win the division. I didn't say they were going to win the Super Bowl. So you're getting carried away. So anyway, Seahawks. I got them second in the division. I think the schedule's just too tough for them. They're still too young. I liked some of the moves that they made, the draft picks that they did. I think that like Don said, this is a team for the future, stuff to build on. But right now, I just don't see it this season. But hey, this division still has the Cardinals and the Rams for the Seahawks and the 49ers to beat up on. So I got the Rams coming third at 5-12. I got them coming with 5 wins. I think I'm taking the under. I'm taking the under with this 7.5. You have 4. I'm definitely taking.
Wow.
They could start the season 1-4. Their start is tough, and I don't know. I'm concerned about Stafford's age, and I'm concerned about his injury situation. I don't know if he can finish the season. I know the offensive line was really weak last season. I don't think they made any strong moves to improve it. The defense has gotten weaker. They lost a lot of good players on defense. I mean, all you got now is Darnold. So you got a lot of questions. And then you got a head coach. Is his heart really into it? He was talking about retirement last season. Darnold was talking about retirement. It just doesn't sound like a really
That was just
motivated
a-
team anymore.
That was just a ploy to get more power. That's all it was.
Well,
It
maybe
was a
it
business
was.
move to get more power.
Maybe
Business
it
move to
was.
get more power.
Maybe so, but hey, what's your motivation? When they
You
won,
got to realize.
hang on, when they
Go
won
ahead.
the Super Bowl, this is my time. I like
Go
to
ahead, I'm
claim
sorry.
my time.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Claim
So-
your time, sir.
So yeah, I mean, during the Super Bowl run, there was a lot of motivation, right? That was the year that they went to the Super Bowl with golf. They didn't make it. They were fired up. They were making all these strong moves, bringing in all of these star players to help bolster that roster so they can win the Super Bowl. They got the Super Bowl. Now they got to pay the piper, right? Salary cap. Things have hit them. Right now, the Rams are going to have to go through a couple of low years. And Sean McVay, I like him. Great coach, but he's not a miracle worker. He had I can't even name the quarterback's name. Stafford's backup. He was bad. He was bad.
Bob, but you bring up a very good point. Pull that thread when they talk about they risk their future in order to win the Super Bowl.
They did. They risked their future.
Let Marv reclaim his time. Let him reclaim his time.
He was making a good point. I had to cut you off.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. So you do know these tough games you're talking about are in the first 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
You do know that, right? In the first 4 weeks, a lot of those teams are trying to figure out who they are. So it ain't that tough.
When is it my time?
It'll be your time in just a minute.
Hey Phil, go ahead and run the schedule, man. Because right now I'm seeing.
Well, hang on. Let me finish. Let me close out with the Cardinals. I got the Cardinals last. All right. I think ain't much to say. I got them. They 5.5. That's what Vegas has. 5.5. That's the line on them. I got them under. I got them winning 3 to 4 games, starting out the season 0-5. I'm not even sure about Murray on whether or not he's going to play. He had an ACL injury, or whether or not he's going to be ready at the beginning of the season. Hopkins is gone. Good draft, and new head coach, so a fresh start. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, especially against the teams that they have to face the divisions with the NFC East and the AFC North. Those are really, really tough divisions, and they're going to lose a lot of games. So
give a wrap up. How many games you got the 49ers winning?
I got the 49ers winning 10 to 9 games, 9 to 10 games.
9 to 10 games. How many for the Seahawks?
I got them winning 8 to 9. They're gonna be. It's like a game behind.
So you're telling. Okay, so you got them a game apart, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got them a game apart. So that tells me the 49ers aren't that much better than the Seahawks. They aren't that much better. One game.
And they got basically the same schedule. They got 2 different games.
Schedule in one game.
Yeah,
they got 2 different games. That's it.
But and Seattle has the better quarterback.
Okay, they had the better quarterback last season, and they got swept. They got swept. They got swept by the 49ers. They got blown out in the playoff game by the 49ers. It wasn't even close. With
Brock Purdy.
Yes.
With Brock Purdy.
3 different quarterbacks. They beat the Seahawks with 3 different quarterbacks.
This is a new season. This is a new
two different quarterbacks. Brock Purdy beat you twice.
This is a new season. Brock Purdy ain't playing for 6 weeks.
It doesn't matter. Trey Lance beat him. Right?
Trey Lance did not beat the Seahawks.
Well, I'm sorry. He was beating you.
Not Trey Lance out.
Yeah, he was beating you. He was beating you. Then Jimmy G came in and beat you.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Then Brock Purdy beat you twice.
But the 49ers as a team is a better team.
Yeah.
One game. Okay. How many games you got the 49ers winning, Don?
I got them winning 12.
12 games. Okay. How many games you got the Seahawks winning?
I said 7.
7 games?
There's the echo in here? 7.
Yeah.
Okay. How many you got you got the Rams winning 5, and then the 4, and then the Cardinals winning 3.
The Cardinals are just showing up stealing money.
Okay. All right. So you've got the 49ers winning 12 games.
Facts.
With that schedule.
Facts.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Let's go. The Mad Moose. Let's hear what you got, man. Come on.
All right, let's go. Now, my man said, Don said we're gonna win. We might win 4 out of our first 8 games.
Fact.
The first The first 4 games are the same people that we played last year, and we went 4-1 against those teams. In the same, we beat Detroit in Detroit. We lost to Carolina at home, and we beat New York in Seattle. So all 4 of them games, we went 4-1 against them teams last year. The first 4 games. I'm looking at the schedule now. Cincinnati, to me, NFL is a quarterback. At Cincinnati, 1:00. I don't know about it being the L. They lost defense. They lost defense last year. So I mean, we can score with anybody. Seattle can score with anybody. They put up a whole bunch of points last. So all right, so we're looking at that. We might lose the game because it's in Cincinnati. It's a 1:00 game. Cool. I'm gonna be there because my son is still Bengal fan. We both going to the game. That's fine. I'm gonna be at that game. Arizona and Cleveland, in Seattle. I don't see any one of them coming out of there. So that's 5. That's 5 out of the first 6 that I got us winning. And my man, we gonna win
6.
So we go to Baltimore. Really?
That's what I said.
The last time we came to Baltimore, it wasn't even close. But anyway, I ain't saying that because it was a different team back then. Okay, to me, I'm a realist. I'm gonna try to be real, even though I'm a diehard Seahawks fan. Nobody can tell me in the NFC who the best quarterback in the NFC is. I do not believe in Dak Prescott, and I ain't heard nobody that does. The best quarterback in the NFC, Jalen Hurts. Okay, here Oklahoma dude. I'm an Oklahoma fan. I got my Oklahoma quarterbacks out there in Tampa Bay and Arizona. I don't see it. Dude said we're gonna win 7 games. This is a quarterback-based league. Where is there a better quarterback in the NFC right now that's better than Geno Smith? Somebody tell me. I'm listening. Who in the NFC right now better than Geno Smith?
I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to say this person.
I'm running the numbers down, Phil.
I'm sorry to say this person, and it pains my heart, and I hope he does not sign back again. Kirk Cousins.
Okay. Anyway,
thank you, Phil.
Kirk Cousins is better than Geno Smith. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true.
Jared Goff.
Stop it.
Get out of it. We beat Jared Goff.
Run it, Mark.
Come on, Jared Goff has had one good year. He's had one good year.
Whoa. We beat Jared Goff in Detroit last year. And they lost Hawkinson.
But you're not going to win this year.
Why not?
They're a better team this year.
Who's a better team? Who's a better team?
The Lions. The Lions.
Where did they get better at?
And he's right. They did. They beat the Lions last year 48-45. That ain't a bad game by Jared Goff.
Okay. So did their defense get better? And they lost their running back.
Tell him again, Marv.
Defense has gotten better.
Jared Goff is Jared Goff is better than Geno Smith, but he's not the top.
They didn't have a problem scoring on you last year.
Kirk Cousins is probably
let him claim back his time.
We're talking NFC West. The Seahawks and the 49ers probably going to be, I'm going to say 10-7, both of them.
That's a good pick.
I'm going to say 10-7, both of them. They probably get the edge. We playing twice in 3 weeks with Dallas in the middle. Thanks NFL. That's fine. That's just gonna make us tougher. Then we got Philly after that. So we're gonna run the gauntlet with them 4 teams right there. Boom, boom, boom. I'm cool with that. But we got Washington and we got Baltimore, we got Cleveland, and we got Los Angeles Rams and Arizona before that. So we'll have a nice little buffer. But I'm going 10-7, both San Francisco and Seattle. I don't see what San Francisco going to run the table this year because they just got a tough schedule. It's like I said, it's only 2 games different between the Seahawks and the and the 49ers this year. They play who do they play outside? We play they play who do they play again?
They play
I still don't see it.
They play the NFC East and they play the AFC North, and then
okay. So
they y'all play the AFC South.
Hold on. They got Minnesota, right? The Minnesota won a division
because they won a division. Yes.
and they got Tampa Bay,
Yes.
and we got Carolina. Okay, and the
Minnesota game's a
AFC
winnable
game,
game.
and the AFC game is who? The AFC game is Tennessee, and they play Jacksonville. Okay,
That's
three
those are
different
wins.
games. They got 3 different games than what we got the
Yep.
whole entire season.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
3.
Yep.
10-7. I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to change it.
Yeah. And they lucked out because they got to play the Buccaneers.
Yeah,
You got to play the Panthers. Probably a little tougher than the Buccaneers, but they lucked out with the Bucks.
Hold on, who Carolina quarterback?
Rookie. Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young.
Who?
Bryce Young
Bryce
out of
Young.
Alabama.
He's a rookie.
Okay. Okay. And dude said we okay. All right. Anyway, so Los Angeles. No, I'm only saying oh my God. I'm stressing out right now. My blood sugar running low. My man said we're going 4-4.
Hey, Mark, give us some
He said
cash.
we're going 4-4. He said we're going 4-4 against these teams.
You're
And
not
Bryce
yourself
Young
when
is
you're
the
hungry, man.
And it's the first 8 games. Teams are still trying to figure out who they are.
Bryce Young coming to Seattle. Okay. All right. Okay. Who the Rams quarterback?
Matthew Stafford.
Maybe.
Okay. Detroit.
Oh, I forgot about
maybe.
Matthew Stafford. He's
Detroit
better than Geno
quarterback.
Yeah, he's better.
And we do
Yeah,
we do play the best. We do play the best quarterback in the league this year in Cincinnati. Joe Burrow's best quarterback in the league.
Oh yeah. Lamar who?
Okay.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
And
It's
I'm
not.
gonna send this pick
Anyway.
to Lamar just so when we
I'm
play
not.
him, he has something
Okay.
on bulletin board.
I went off tilt.
Let him reclaim his time.
Guys, the time is not where this. I'm going to be back next week, so I'm not sweating. the NFC don't have no quarterbacks, no good quarterbacks in the NFC. Great quarterback. They're all in the AFC this year. All the great quarterbacks in the AFC. The team with the best quarterback in the NFC is going to win. Philly probably going to go 12-4, 13-3, according to their schedule.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
the NFC East stink. Sorry, they stink. They don't have no quarterbacks in the NFC. I ain't worried about no Dak Prescott. The man said there's going to be 3 teams out the North. Who the North quarterbacks? What 3 teams? Justin Love and the dude from whatever, Jordan Love and the dude from Green Bay. What's his name?
That's Jordan Love. His name. You're talking about Justin Fields from Chicago.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins from Minnesota.
And Kirk Cousins, yeah.
And the Lions have Jared Goff.
Okay, the Lions will win that division hands down, no problem. That's easy. But we talking NFC West. I went off point. I had everything ready. The Seahawks. Oh, wow.
So you got the Seahawks winning the division?
10-7. Both of them going 10-7.
Well, somebody's got to win the division.
Hold on a second.
Don't be scared. Seahawks win the division.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna be 4-0. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You don't believe that.
You're telling
Tennessee
me
10. Hold on, Tennessee 10, Pittsburgh 11, Arizona.
Pittsburgh?
Wow.
You gotta beat Pittsburgh? Wow, 11 games?
Yes,
I didn't go that far.
This
I
game
didn't go that far. I didn't go that far. I said I didn't go that far. I said 10
Let me run down the Seahawks.
Moose. I just want to let you know the name of the show is The Voice of Reason.
Okay, I'm reasoning. Los Angeles win. Detroit win.
There's
Carolina win. New York win. That's 4. That's 4 victories right there. The Cincinnati game, that's gonna be tough. They might lose that one. Arizona, Cleveland, Baltimore. Really? Washington. What? That's 4 more. That's 5 more games.
You telling me they're gonna go 9-1? They're gonna go 9-1?
I see it. I see 9-1.
Wow.
Hey, Bill, that's strong for you, huh?
And then they get to the meat. Then they get to the meat of the schedule.
Let me look at this. Let me look at this schedule again.
Wow.
9-1.
Let me look at this schedule.
Hey, 10, this is clearly not the voice of reason. It's a lot of feelings.
I got 12.
No facts.
I got 12-5 Seahawks.
12 and Seahawks 12
I got
5
12
and
and 5.
Super Bowl. Geno Smith MVP. You heard it first. The Moose has made it clear. The Seahawks are winning the Super Bowl. They're going 12 and 5 on the season. They're going to crush all the competition. Geno Smith is going to be MVP. You see how that sounds? You see how that sounds?
Crazy.
Yeah. Dude, who in the NFC got quarterbacks?
I'm just saying, put your money on it now. If you believe that,
12
you will
and
get
5.
paid.
Let me look back at the schedule, right? Okay, so let's keep it real. The Rams, I already said the Seahawks are going to lose the first week to the Rams. That's my bold take for when it happens.
In Seattle.
Oh yeah. The Lions,
keep going.
The Lions are week 2, right? I think that'll be a bounce back game. So I think they'll win.
They're gonna lose. Keep moving.
I think that'll
we already beat them. We beat them last year.
The Panthers, I think the Panthers they'll beat the Panthers, which is 2-1.
Yep, okay. They'll beat the Panthers.
They'll beat the Giants. That's 3.
No,
they won't beat the Giants.
No, they won't beat the Giants.
Bye week.
We beat the Giants last year.
That ain't got nothing to do with this year.
I don't lie. You know how I feel about the Giants. Where did they get better? You know how I feel about the Giants. Bengals, that's a loss. Cardinals, they'll beat the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Browns, I kind of think that's a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens,
that's a loss.
That's a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Washington,
maybe 50-50.
50-50.
Yeah,
Rams, they'll beat the Rams because they're going to tie against the Rams. Then this is where the gauntlet starts. 49ers, loss. Cowboys,
loss. 49ers, our first Thanksgiving game at home.
49ers always beat y'all the first time. Y'all don't beat them to the second time.
I got the 49ers sweeping.
San Francisco ain't start beating us till last year.
So
you got the 49ers, then the Cowboys, then the 49ers again.
That's 3 losses.
Well, let's use this logic. The 49ers swept you last season. Crushed you every time you played you.
All 3 games. Yeah.
All 3 games.
You got 49ers, Cowboys, 49ers, Eagles, Titans, which is a win, and then the Steelers, and then the Cardinals. So you guys can go 2-4 right there. That's 2-4 right there.
2-4.
2-4 right there. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's why I have the Seahawks winning 10 games.
That's why I have them winning 9, maybe 7.
You said 2-4. You said 2-4. We losing to Tennessee.
No, y'all will beat Tennessee and the Cardinals,
and we lose to Pittsburgh at home.
Yes.
Pittsburgh's gonna be good this year.
Playoff team.
Look who they got a battle. They got a battle.
Eagles are gonna be good this year. 49ers. You play the 49ers twice in 3 weeks.
They're gonna get swept.
But my point is Marvin's math doesn't add up to me. You got the 49ers only winning 1 more game than the Seahawks, but you got the 49ers being this great team over the Seahawks. That doesn't make sense.
I got the 49ers winning 12.
Why you say that?
1 down.
When did I say they were a great team over the Seahawks?
You say anytime you say you can throw any quarterback back there, that means the team is great.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not true. But
I mean, they don't have a great quarterback, but they got a great system and they got great pieces around him. You got a coach that's showing you he's won with several different quarterbacks
and a solid defense.
Winning one more game.
Yes, and they replaced DeMarco Ryans with Steve Wilkins from Carolina, so they got solid defense.
But you got them winning 1 more game than the Seahawks.
Yes, because the division opponents are tough. They feasted last season.
You can flip them. I flipped them, and you guys think I'm crazy.
Yeah, you are. You have the Seahawks winning the division.
I got Seahawks winning 10 games. I got the 49ers winning 9, and you think I'm crazy.
I think you're crazy because I don't think the Seahawks can beat the 49ers.
Okay. All right.
You don't have to beat the 49ers and win 10 games.
You probably will. You're going to have to win one of those games.
I got them winning 7, Maul.
I know.
Wow. 7 games?
I don't know where we going wrong with this because we need to face the facts of this. They're going to lose against the Giants. They're going to lose against the Lions. They're going to lose against the Bengals.
Yep.
They're going to lose against Baltimore. They're going to lose against the Browns.
Why do Remember, the
Browns are coming back a stronger team. They're going to lose that game. That quarterback has something to prove.
Why do y'all have so much stock in the Giants? They can't even keep Saquon. Why do you have so much stock in the Ravens?
Because of their defense.
Lamar is going through an offensive
Their
coordinator
defense.
change, and then he's going through a whole new playbook. So you really
We're
think
gonna
Lamar?
roast them. Stop playing with me.
You really think Lamar's going to come out and ball out this year? He is.
I
going
think
to
Lamar is
this
going
year.
to put up MVP numbers.
You got a wide receiver who hasn't played in 2 years and a rookie wide receiver, and
Two
you think
rookies.
Lamar? And you think Lamar
And the
Jackson's about to
greatest
come
tight
out?
end out there.
And you think Lamar Jackson's about to come out here and ball out?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
He has
He'll
weapons on offense.
He'll be hurt by week 3.
He won the MVP with only a tight end. Stop playing with me, man.
Man, stop
playing
it,
with
Phil.
me.
You're killing me, yo.
All-world defense.
He won the MVP with a
He did
with
not
a
have an
tight
all-world defense. What are you talking
unanimous
about?
MVP with a tight end, and now you're gonna give him 3 receivers and then look and 2 tight ends. Stop playing with me, man.
Okay.
3 receivers? Who?
The 2 rookie
That's what I'm
receivers
saying,
and the
dude.
new acquisition. I'm gonna tell you like this, and you still have to play the tight end. Listen, you cannot just play us like you fundamentally will.
And why
Because
are y'all
Lamar
so hyped
can
on
throw the ball.
Giants?
Look at the first. And here's the thing: before Lamar got hurt, he was winning every 4th quarter. Stop playing. Look
Why
at
are
the
y'all so
numbers.
hyped on the
But
Giants?
let's get
I
back
don't-
to the narrative.
No,
The
I don't
narrative is
understand
not
why.
right now.
Why are y'all so hyped on?
I just
why are
don't-
y'all so hyped
I think-
on the Giants?
I think the question is more, why are you so negative on the Giants? Like you were negative on the Minnesota Vikings, your team
because Daniel
that went
Jones is not
that
good.
that went 13-3. You told us Kirk Cousins wasn't good. Well, we
Kirk
told you
Cousins-
the Giants. We told you the Giants were good. The Giants went 9-7, made the playoffs, and then beat your Vikings in the first round.
But I told you
a
that
young and up and coming team.
it ain't because of Daniel Jones. It ain't because
Listen,
of
we
Daniel
doesn't
never
Jones.
have
said
to
the
be because
Giants
of
were a
Daniel
great
Jones.
quarterback. We
Yeah.
said they have a great team, a great running game,
Yes.
ball control with a suffocating defense.
With a
You guys
suffocating
last,
defense.
You guys
Exactly.
last week said they're going to win 7 games.
Who? The Giants?
Last week, yes.
I said the Giants are going to win the division.
Don did. Don said last week you're going to win 7 games. So you're telling me you got?
Yeah. Well, I figured he had been talking to you, and you've been feeding him.
all
this
No,
craziness.
I still haven't winning.
okay.
I still don't have him winning as much because I need to see
Exactly.
when
Come
Saquon
on
comes
now.
into play.
I see him winning.
Come on
the division.
now.
But look,
Wow.
man, you don't have to agree with that. But you got
But
the
let's get back
Rams
to the
winning
NFC,
the NFC
NFC
West.
Seahawks
man.
aren't
Let's get
winning
back
12
at them.
games. I'm sorry, I can't
Look,
get on that ball.
let's just
10 games. I can't.
Look, we'll see how it all shapes out, man. You guys have made your picks. Don't even sweat it, Phil. We know you're gonna change it. You know, as you see everything shape out, you're gonna tell me that you already knew that
Hey,
this was
Mom,
gonna
look at the
happen this
move.
way.
He's like thoroughly disgusted.
He analyzed that schedule.
He's upset.
Oh, we gonna squeak 12 games out of this.
I'm glad I don't live in the DC area.
I can't wait to see these 12 wins by the Seahawks. But look, man, let's wrap this thing up. Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.